This update, you're finding us not in the workshop for once, which is nice. We are at the Royal Bath and West Show. We're here for a 4-day event, and basically we're doing paid passenger rides for the public. We're invited by Matt Smith of Extreme Off-Road to come here, and normally he would do it, but he's invited RR along.
We've been at this particular venue for about 6 years now. It's proven really good because, as you can see from the show atmosphere, we get joined in to other shows to come and operate our vehicles on our off-road course, offering families, friends, guests, VIPs, sponsors a chance to actually come around in some of our amazing vehicles. I mean, I've admired, I met the guys many years ago when they first formed, following them all the way, and like I said earlier, it's an honour to have them here working alongside us. So, you know, for that honour, we've given them use of the track. We've taken my car away, using it in the main arena for a display, to send people this way to, you know, help raise money for both the businesses and all the good causes that we're raising for.
It's nice to get out. The weather's been kinder to us today than it was yesterday, and we're hoping for better over the next couple of days. And yeah, it's good to be out and about and playing with the cars a bit this time around.
I mean, obviously this sort of industry, you know, when it's wet and slippery, driving on clay, it takes an exceptionally good driver to get around the course without damaging the vehicle. Tony Harris, for example, fantastic driver. Again, been following the guy, really impressed, bit of a legend. So I thought I'd let him have a go in my little truck here. This is an old Tomcat, 5-litre V8 TVR, 350 plus power, really quick car. I was actually encouraging Tony to go faster, and he did. And then he couldn't slow down fast enough. Only a little slip into the tyre wall. The tyres are only 2.5 tonne. He managed to move the tyre 2.5 feet. Tony very kindly signed the damage, had a photograph taken for evidence that it was him, and we're quite sort of willing to put the wing up at a charity auction to raise money for Help the Heroes or some other good causes like that. So yeah, watch this space. When there's a right place for this wing to go, it'll be up for grabs to the lucky winner.
So all the new team members that have come in this year, this is the first public event for them, so their first interaction with the public and meeting some of the team members that they haven't actually met in R2R yet, so that's good. It's a good bonding experience this weekend.
Well, today I'm actually here as a secondary mechanic. Other chap here, Dave, and I, we're actually looking after this vehicle when it comes in between rides. I lost my left wing to a motorcycle racing crash on the Isle of Man. And as a result of that, became a member of the British Limitless Ex-Servicemen's Association because I was in the RAF for 20 years. I got to first see Race2Recovery on Top Gear with Tony Harris and Tom Neathway, and I thought, that's fantastic, really impressive, fantastic motivation to go out and be very competitive on something as technically challenging and physically challenging as a Dakar, and I thought, outstanding stuff. And then through an email via the Blesma website, I made some inquiries, and long story short, I'm here now.
Today I am putting helmets on the customers, getting them strapped in the car, and helping on generally that side with the public. And I haven't been here since the 80s when I parachuted in with the Red Devils, so it's getting bigger from what I remember. There's quite a few people here. We've had a steady run. And hopefully we'll get more people coming through later. I was doing private security in Iraq and got involved in a training accident, which after 4 years of trying to recover, opted to have my right leg amputated below the knee, and never looked back since. After the injury, joined Blesma, and I got sent an email saying, would you like to be involved with Race2Recovery? I read about it, turned up last November for an assessment, and then earlier this year got an email saying, would you like to come and get involved? So snapped it up.
Usual R2R busy months, but at the start of the month saw us the second round of the BCCC, so the second round of the Freelander Challenge that we're entered in, sponsored by Dynamic Metals this year. And yes, another hell of an event. It's very wet and windy, as you can see. Pretty rough out there, but yeah, we've been plodding along. But now, yeah, we're going to have to start looking after tyres, I think. And rear left puncher twice, and then because the car not handling quite right, we did a front one on that last lap, so only came with 2 wheels, which was not good. Felt very poorly. Freelander.
This is the IRD, which is a reduction gearbox for the Freelander. Drives both wheels and the prop shaft to the rear. So if you look here, you can see where the crown one has punched through the casing, which caused it to leak. Carried on running to finish the stage, but then we had to change it last night.
How long did it take you? How long did it take you?
It took till 1:30 in the morning. We start at 6.
About 8 hours.
5 o'clock, so about 8 hours. We pretty much had to strip down the front end of the vehicle, remove the subframe, exhaust, prop shaft, drive shaft. Yeah.
First half of the course was muddy bog fields. Second half was gravel tracks, but had been made out of hardcore, so a lot of big rocks in there and reinforcing bar and stuff like that. So it's a lot of punches at that event. Combined with the mud and the wind and the weather, it made it very hard going. And yeah, by the end of the Saturday, we were the only Freelander left running. So what we need to do is really finish the event to get that win again. And over the course of the 2 days, we went through 10 punches and 6 rims. So yes, it was a quite damaging course. I don't think the Freelander had really another run left in it by the end of the event. But it made it to the end, and we got the finish and we got the win again. So it's a great result for Race2Recovery. Getting it back to the workshop afterwards, obviously a massive steam clean and clean up operation from there. And then once on a bit of a strip down and seeing all that, we've actually found that there was a bit more damage than we first thought. We obviously did the IRD unit on the event. All the shock absorbers from Olin's stood up great, but they've been taken off and gone off for servicing, ready for Scotland the next round, next weekend. But we've also found that the subframe's actually got a load of cracks and rips in it from the chassis rail, so it's all fixable, it's not a problem. We've just got to panel beat a few things back into place, do some welding, then seam welding, so it's never been done on the front end of that. I think it was probably going already, it's just it highlighted on the harshness of that event. But that's basically waiting in the yard at the moment for when we get back on Monday, and that'll be ready for next weekend, ready to go again. But yeah, it's all good stuff. We've got some good shows, we've got some good events coming off. Everything's in the right direction, you know, with 3 wins under our belt now. We're also prepping the Defender for the next round as well. That's next weekend as well, the same time as the BCCC. So I won't be going to the BCCC, I'll be taking that up there and just watching the DC actually. I just like to see what it's about because I haven't had the chance yet. And yeah, no, I'm very happy with the way things are moving forward. You know, Tony's doing great work behind the scenes, putting all the structure and the organisation into place. We've got a lot of good talks going on and meetings with past and some potentially new sponsors at the moment. So I'll obviously talk about that more when it's confirmed up more. But you know, fingers crossed at the moment that you know we're going where we want to and the future's bright.